All right, today I'm going to show you how I'm going to ship a cutting of this Hoya and another Hoya cutting to someone that purchased a couple plants. Okay, so here we have our cutting. And what we're going to do is we're going to put it inside something protective like this. So I'll put it in here. I'll put it like that and we'll tape it up. And we're going to add some of this fluffy stuff around it. But I don't want it to get too moist in here, so we're going to add some holes. Okay, so I'm just going to poke a couple holes in these condiment cups before I put the plant in and tape it up. That way it just doesn't hold any moisture and the plant doesn't have a chance of rotting. So I'm just using this cheapy soldering iron from a craft store. I'm just going to poke a few holes in the edges here. So you can see the holes, maybe. Hole there, hole there. And then I'll do this one. Maybe one on the end for good measure. You can see it's steaming. Okay, so now we're just going to take some of this fluffy stuff. I still don't know what it's called. It's like the stuff that's inside of stuffed animals. And we're going to take our little cutting here. Might have put too much in. We're going to take our little cutting and put it in here. We're going to make sure the leaf is nice and protected. Then we're going to put some more around the top there. Then we're going to put the top on like this. And then we're going to tape it up. Okay, and I'm just going to use painter's tape so that it's easy for her to remove once she opens the plant. I'm just going to go around this seam here so that the plant stays in its little security dome. Okay, so we have this little breathable package for the cutting that she purchased. Her item also came with a bonus cutting, which we have over here. So it's a surprise. She's getting a Hoya Tour. I don't know how to say it. I'll put it on the screen. So we're going to package this one up next. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to keep this perlite from falling out. So we're going to take more of this stuffing and we're going to pack it around here, and then we're going to tape over the top of this so that it's secure while it travels. So we're just going to take some of this and we're going to pack it around like that so that the perlite is nice and secure. And you can see that it's kind of like that, and it's just got those leaves poking out. So let's go ahead and tape over it. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I don't do this all the time. Like, this is a rare one-off. So there's one side I got taped over, and then I'm gonna try and slide some tape over here to get this other side covered. Shipping plants is fun when you don't do it all the time, I think. So yeah, like I said, this was kind of a one-off. Sometimes when you have a more rare plant, the local Facebook market, you know, isn't big enough or as niche-y enough, you know, like you need those real niche collectors to buy the Hoya. So that's kind of what happened with this one, with the Patcheroli elliptica cross. All right, so I think I'm gonna do one little teeny piece of tape over here, but then we'll be good to go because it's all taped in and it's got enough moisture to last it the few days that it will be shipping. Okay, so we have this all covered up and we're gonna go ahead and box it up now. Okay, so we have our box. We've got a layer of bubble wrap down, and then we're gonna start kind of putting things in and seeing how they fit. First, I'm going to wrap this in more protection with this, like, I don't know, paper packaging stuff. It's called cushion lock or something like that. So we'll wrap this up, and you have to like stretch it to separate those panels, and that's what gives it that cushion. So then we're gonna fold this over. And it kind of attaches to itself. So there we have this all nicely packed. Let's put that in there. All right, so we're gonna kind of do the same thing with this, with the leaves. We're gonna put the foam or stuffed animal stuffing around the leaves, and then we'll wrap it with some of that cushion lock. And then we'll put them in together. Okay, so I've got those leaves covered, and I've got that stem covered. Honestly, I'm gonna cut this stem off because there's not a node on it, so nothing's gonna grow. Nothing's gonna grow out of this stem. If there was a node on the end of here, I would leave it, but there's no node, and it's just gonna make packaging cumbersome. So I'm actually gonna cut it off. So that now I don't have to have the stem sticking out the opposite direction, and it'll be easier for me to package this. Okay, so I've got all the leaves covered, as you can see, and I'm gonna kind of just roll this up like a burrito right here. All right, so we're gonna kind of just like roll this up and get it nice and protected. So we got our burrito roll here. You can also do this with like craft paper. I've had a lot of people ship that way. Okay. Then we're just gonna like fold it in on itself. Burrito style. And wrap it up. Okay, so there. Now we have the second plant all packaged up, and then we will Tetris them into the box and tape it shut. Okay, so we're putting these two in here with each other. Okay, we got some bubble wrap over the top. Okay, so they fit nice and snug. And then I'm just gonna add some more of this stuff on the ends so that they don't get jostled around too much. All right. Now we're gonna close this on up. Okay, so you can now either take this to your postal carrier of choice and have them get some postage for you. I'm gonna be mailing this through USPS, so I'm just going to weigh it and then create a label at home and then drive it over to the post office and have it scanned in. That way I don't have to wait in line at the post office. So all you need is the dimensions of the box. So it's 12 by 6 by 6. And then we'll go ahead and get the kitchen scale out and we will weigh it. Okay, so this is my kitchen scale. As you can see, it has a little bit of flour on it, but I don't mail packages too often to have like a dedicated shipping scale. So we're just gonna turn this on and get the weight so that we can make the postage. Okay, and this weighs 11.1 ounces. So I would probably just round up to 1 pound because I don't want it to be underweight and either require postage from the recipient or get sent back because that is too much time in transit. So we're gonna go ahead and make a label and then drop it off at the post office. So that's how I ship these two plants. If you guys have any questions or shipping ideas to share, go ahead and let me know. Otherwise, these two plants are going off to to their new home.